we love 60s records that are kind of obscure and fast and fun and dancey, but we really like organ, and we really like 70s punk records. So we're kind of right between that type of stuff, like right between the Ramones and kind of bubblegum rock from the late 60s.
Fantastic. Yeah, and for me, happy melodies with like female-fronted vocals and anything with an organ line as well.
We love old combo organs. We play a very old organ that I repair, and she knows how to play. I don't even know what the notes are on it, but I can fix it.
That's awesome. So, talk to us about, for people that are watching us on BitChute or Rumble or Twitch or any of these places, you guys have a hell of a collection of pinball machines behind you.
You like that back there?
This is a real background back here.
Side hustle.
So in San Francisco, where we live, Helene and I run about 16, 17, 18 games at this arcade in the Haight-Ashbury district called Free Gold Watch. It's behind Amoeba Records. And we fix and repair games, and we're always cycling them out. So we're actually at our shop right now where we fix games.
That's awesome.
And pinball mainly, but we also have a lot of arcade machines, like old ones like Miss Pac-Man and Frogger and stuff like that. So yeah, we got into that. And because of that, we can fix amps and guitars and stuff like that too. So, I keep all that stuff running for her. She's the star. I'm the repairman.
I'm the competitive pinball player, so I prided myself in being ranked in the top 100 women in the world there for a while, but I got a little out of it recently.
That's awesome. So talk to us a little bit about how the band got started as a group.
Yeah, it's a long story. Not a long story. It's a long time ago. We actually started when we were in high school. High school.
College.
I guess right in our first year of college. So we've been at it for a while. And we've had a cycling series of bass players and drummers our entire career.
That's awesome.
Just goes. It's always Helene and I.
But
and then,
high five, we've stuck it out.
We stuck it out. And we've had great drummers and great bass players. We really like really good bass. Like if you listen to the record, it sounds like simple guitar but really complex bass. So we always have to have the bass players one up each other. But yeah, so we started. As I said, we're big record fiends, and we like the certain type of music, and we just wanted to play it, and we love female-fronted rock and roll bands like the Runaways or like Bikini Kill, stuff like that.
I would love to jump in and say the Rondells are one of my inspirations, so it was a complete amazing thing that happened 2 years ago when I got to play electric bass for the Rondells at the Mosswood Meltdown Music Festival. So one of our inspirations, I got to actually play with them, and now they're our best friends.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. That's awesome. We have got two great guests with us today. They join us live here on our big program, and you're joining us this week here on KFRK in Denver, and of course 990 WBOB out there in Rhode Island, and 50 plus AM/FM stations across the country and around the world. And you can also get more information at amfm247.com. So talk to us a little bit about how we find you guys online, social media, the websites, all these things.
Well, Instagram is the hot thing, so look us up there on the Facebook. We're on Bandcamp. Go to the Slovenly website and get our LP. It's going to come out on September 27th officially, so the end of this week.
Yeah, we have our label is called Slovenly Recordings, and they have a good setup where you can go find everything. But it's already streaming and stuff like that, so you can listen on Spotify and wherever you can search it. It's a phonetic name, so the band is Okmoniks, Okmoniks. It's still difficult to figure out how to spell and stuff like that. So,
yes, because I have, in full disclosure, I wrote this. I wrote your. I have a list of, guests and people that we are going to be having on the show for the day, and I wrote down completely different than what your actual name is.
Yeah,
I wrote down the Okimonks. And then I tried to find. I went through and was searching that on email, and I'm like, "Where the hell is it? Where the hell is this Okimonks?" And then I was like, "No, it's Okmoniks or whatever." So I was looking that up, and I'm like, "Okay, there it is." So
well done.
So how did you guys come up with this name?
Well,
do you want to reveal it?
Yeah, no. We like calling ourselves the OKs, and we like how it looks like it's a cool looking name, but it's phonetically a pronunciation of the neighbors on the sitcom Alf. So
That's awesome.
Alf say his neighbor's name, Okmoniks, over again. It's spelled very differently, and we just thought that was like a really funny sounding thing.
Yeah,
everything out of Alf's voice is funny, but
Well, to be the obnoxious next door neighbors, Mr. and Mrs. Okmonik, it's pretty great to be the Okmoniks.
That was their role. Yeah, I believe they had a cat that he predated on.
Yeah,
too.
lucky.
Alf was way ahead of his time, apparently, after the last couple weeks. So, tell me a little bit about the music scene where you guys are from.
Sure. Yeah, so
Where to start? Oakland and San Francisco. It's just like
the
you
Bay
go
Area.
across the bridge to hear bands. So we're always over at the Stir Club in Oakland.
But we really moved here because we liked the music scene here. Yeah. We play up here. Our shows are really good, and we actually have a kind of an intimate connection to a '90s music style and scene here that kind of was like, just like I was saying, like '60s and '70s worship of, kind of the raw end, more obscure into things called budget rock or garage rock. There was a big scene here for that. With the Donnas came from that scene. We love the Donnas.
The Mummies,
the
my
Mummies,
favorite
a band that dresses like mummies and plays '60s rock and roll that sounds like, the Sonics or the Wailers from Pacific Northwest. It's great stuff. And we love that stuff. So when we moved here, we, really liked all those bands. And so that's, we're kind of, we call ourselves San Francisco's last and only rock and roll band, which is a joke because everybody moved to Oakland and stuff like that because it's hard to live in San Francisco. We live in San Francisco still, but our bandmates don't. Our bass player, drummer live in.
But yeah, and when we would play in Arizona, it would be a Friday or Saturday night, and just nobody's going out. But it'd be a Tuesday in San Francisco, and every show is packed. So people care about music here.
Mm-hmm. And it's got a rich history, obviously going back to '60s music, but a really good '70s punk rock and roll scene here. That we just adore too. So it's just we love the history of San Francisco. We go to all these library events and stuff when they show old footage of punk bands and stuff in San Francisco. I just can't get enough of that stuff.
Crime.
That's awesome. So we are going to be playing some of your music here in just a few moments. Talk to us a little bit about the process of creating After Party Fever.
Sure. So it's what's fun. One fun thing about this record is that our current bass player, longtime bass player now, he's a producer and records a lot of local bands, a lot of on the rock and roll side, and then also in the kind of the indie rock shoegazy spectrum.
And that's JT Recording.
Yeah. So he has a studio, and we were able to just spend so much time messing with our own recordings and doing stuff completely ourselves, even though he's a pro in the room. It was really fun to be able to make these kind of analog, live sounding, really fun rock and roll records. But we made them sound like we didn't put a lot of effort into them, but we did. We tried to make them sound that way.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Fuzzy vocals and a little rough around the edges.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you guys hoping to accomplish with this album?
I can
travel.
Just basically travel. We got to go to Italy for the last 2 years and go up and down and to special exotic islands. We want to get back to Japan and just see the United States again.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So talk to us a little bit about Next Worst Thing. We're going to play that here in a few minutes.
It's like one of our fastest songs. I think it's over in 45 seconds.
Is it that short?
Yeah. Really?
That one kind of
okay, well, we might play 2 songs then.
Yeah. It's a cute, fast one. It has a really funny thing that when we play the song live, I actually hold my guitar out, and she actually briefly plays, like reaching away from the organ, the right chords while I strum it, and then I play her organ for a second. So it's one of our live tricks, one of our goofs.
Yeah, trade places.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So tell us a little bit more about your live performance. What is that like?
Yeah, we're kind of wild. You can tell about organ antics. She has an old combo organ, as we mentioned.
I'm inspired by the Mummies, though I could never lift my organ up over my head and like swing it around like the way Trent does. But I like to flip it on the ground for summer breakup and get a little intimate with the audience. And I like to sit on that organ and smash the keys and just see what it can do. But yeah, I try to take good care of it. It's from the 1960s. It's a ace tone, top 5, so I want to take good care of it.
Yeah, we're a short, fast song band, and we love playing short sets because we get bored watching people play for more than 20 minutes, even though everybody does. So we try to keep.
Span.
We can do 10 songs in 20 minutes. It's a respectable set.
Like Xennial attention span.
But you go to Europe and they expect you to play for like an hour, which we just can't. We've played shows where people have been like, can you guys do an encore? Everybody's just standing around still, and we just have to play the same songs we started with.
That's awesome.
Happened.
That is fantastic. That you guys just are like,
The kids want more.
We're gonna play the same stuff that we just played.
That happened in Torino.
Hey, leave them wanting more is what I like to say, but then when you don't have any more, it's a problem. And we played a lot of songs. So we didn't just play a 20-minute set that time. We ran out. There was no other bands.
That's awesome. So, do you guys have any music videos or anything anywhere online that people can go see? Or
a lot of people take video of us playing, and that's a funny thing to look at because we have been playing some weird gigs. We like traveling, as I said. One of the last tours we did, the fans traveled with us and other bands. So it was like a cadre of bands and then, 100 people, and you'd play, Venice, Italy, and then Puglia, and then Rome. Like you do these shows across Europe and over to Spain, and two of those involved boats. One was a boat around Venice, which was crazy, like in the lagoon, and then the other was a boat that went from Rome to Barcelona, and we played like an old 70s disco, and I believe there's a video of us playing on that, and like it is the weirdest, like decrepit, like it was kind of scary being on that ferry actually. It was like a cruise ship that had become a ferry, which had people moving and cars and stuff on. We stayed overnight on it in like a nice suite and stuff. It was fine, but like we played like a really old 70s disco. So that's the type of stuff that we like to share online, but we haven't made videos.
We did have that George Rosenthal video that we got to do a few years back in like 2019.
There's like a 3-song set there.
Yeah, a little 3-song set video.
There's fan videos out there.
That's awesome. Well, we're going to do this. We're going to play some of your music, and then we're going to get to our next guest, who is patiently waiting. We will get to him here in just a few moments. But I really appreciate you guys making time for us today. Before we let you go, and we go to your songs, how do we find you guys online, buy your music, all that stuff?
Yeah, the Ochmonics. OKMONIKS. We're just the Ochmonics on Instagram, Bandcamp, Facebook,
Spotify. It's all over there. And if you're in Memphis, Tennessee, we're playing on Thursday at Goner Fest 21 with Goner Records putting on a big festival. It's going to be a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Well, I really appreciate it. Thanks for making some time for us. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us. Appreciate it. Have a great show.
Definitely. Okay, before we get to our next guest, I'm going to place you on a brief hold, brother. We're going to play their song, and I'm going to come right back. And we have got more coming up with the Ochmonics right now here on your world-famous Jiggy Jaguar experience, coast to coast and Boda to Boda. That was the Ochmonics, and they join us today here on our big broadcast. You're twitching with us here on the Twitch. That's right. And we are going to go to our next guest here in just a few seconds. He is going to join us back here live on our big broadcast. So we go to our next guest. He joins us live here on our big broadcast. My man, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Yeah. Good deal. Thanks for having me on your show.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I go by the artist name of World Chopper, World Chopper is an artist that trying to put on the work out there so that everybody can feel the music and interact.